Morning, fellow SGK users. Poker here, and I'm going to just throw together a little guide here about how to add a walk key to your character. So here we have the regular jog, this is sprint, and then we have walk. So let's go ahead and get her started. Alright, so first thing you want to do is go ahead and go into your controls under SGK or Survival Kit Game V2 folder blueprints. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate the sprint key, and we're going to go ahead and just rename that to walk input. That's all we need to do on that. And then we want to open up SGK character inputs. We're going to go ahead and add a mapping. Going to set that to our walk input. And we'll go ahead and assign it to the alt key. So there's that. Next, what we want to go ahead and do is open up the player inventory. And then on the movement graph here, the event graph movement, we're going to go ahead and add a custom event. We're going to call it server walk key. We're going to go ahead and add an input to it, which is a boolean, and we're going to call it is down, just like the sprint key above. And then we're going to go ahead and set it to run on server and reliable. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and promote that to a variable, and we'll just call that server key down, or walk key down. All right, so now that we've done that, the next thing that we want to do is go ahead and search for the update max movement speed, which is under the states in the functions. We're going to go ahead and just drag that out here, add it there, and then from this pin, we want to get the current character state. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to go ahead and open up our max movement speed function here. And what we're going to do is go ahead and make a little more room here. We'll drag this guy out. Same here. We'll go ahead and duplicate them because we're going to need an extra one. Oops. All right, so now what we're going to do is go ahead and add a branch. And then on the false, we're going to go ahead and connect it to the movement speed that is already connected over here to the find. All right. Then what we're going to do is for this one, we're going to drag off of our find here, and we're going to divide it by 2. So, I mean, obviously that's going to make it so that it moves half, cuts the movement speed in half. Whatever our set movement speed is in our inventory, and let's see, where is that? All right, in here, in the movement speeds, all of these, they're going to get cut in half when you press that button. Obviously, the sprint's not going to work because you can't sprint and walk at the same time, but like in the crouch, it's going to cut it to 150. Combat crouch 150. Aim walk, it's going to cut it down to 225, and so on. So you can decide how much you want to change the movement. There's other things we can do later on. I'll show you here as well. But we'll go ahead and just stay with this. We're going to do the same thing up here. Just duplicate that. Put it up here. That there. That there. False goes to our just straight from the find. True goes to the one that we're actually modifying. All right, and then now we want to go ahead and grab our walk key down button or variable and put it on these two. So now when we press our walk key, when it's down, it's going to change our move. It's going to cut our movement speed in half. If it's not down, then it's going to be whatever the movement speed already is. All right, so that's all we need to do in there for now. Next thing we need to do is go to our character, SGK master character. Ignore that, that's from a different project I was working on. And we will go over here, and we're going to go ahead and call our walk input. Expand that. Then we want to get our player inventory. And then we want to call our event that we just made, which was server walk key. We need 2 of those. Tick that one on, hook it to started. The other one to completed, leave it unticked. And there we go. All right, so now we have our standard, we have jog, and then we have walk. But if you notice, we're walking real slow and it looks kind of weird. We can fix that pretty easily here. So go ahead and, if you don't already have it, download the LyraStarterGame. It has some great animations in it. So once you've downloaded your LyraStarterGame, or Lyra, however the hell you say it, but anyway, once you have it downloaded, go into the characters, heroes, mannequins, or mannequin animations, locomotion, unarmed, and we're going to search for, there's 4 animations we want here. Where are they? You know what? I was messing with this earlier. It's probably... Now, they're in the Lyra project, there's MM and MF. MF is a female version, a feminine style walking. So depending on what you want to do, we're going to go with the male here. So we want the MM. So we're going to go MM, walk. And did I accidentally delete these? Yeah, I don't see the regular walk ones. There should have a walk forward, a walk backwards, a walk left, and a walk right. Yeah, I somehow deleted them, but that's right. We'll just go ahead and I'll show you how we do it with the female one. So if you notice, it just says walk backwards. And then walk forward, walk left, walk right. And I'm just going to go ahead and migrate these. But I'm going to untick everything except for the locomotion folder. We don't need any of this other stuff because we already have it in our project. And we can just reassign it once it gets in there. So we just need the characters and then down to locomotion, unarmed with our 4 animations there. We're going to go ahead and migrate that into our project. All right. So now when we come back in here, we now have our folders here and our animations. First thing we want to do is go ahead and highlight them all, right click, replace skeleton, and then set it to the UE5 mannequin, which is just the SK mannequin. All right. Next, go ahead and, while with them all still highlighted, click on Asset Actions and go to Edit Selection in Property Matrix. Scroll down here to Enable Root Motion, untick it, save, close that. And then now what we're going to do is go to our Animations folder, Blend Spaces, Unarmed, and then in Jog Unarmed, this will make it easier if we open up a content browser here. And then we want to go back into here where our animations are that we just downloaded. And we just want to look here. This is a backwards unarmed. Let's go ahead and take our unarmed walk backwards. Put it right there in the middle. That's it. Let's go ahead. Let's put it at 300 for now. And then let's, where'd our content browser go? All right, and then same thing. Ooh, dang it. Same thing for the others. We're going to go ahead and ignore this one here, the backwards left, and just go straight for left. So we're going to drop that there. Then forward, right there. And then right is going to go right there. And then we need one more backwards over here. All right, so now save that. Go back here into the game. And now when we walk, we're actually walking. But as you can see, it seems like kind of a feminine walk. But that's because of those animations. If you use the male animations, it looks more like it did in the original video I showed. But there you go. And if it's too fast for you, what we can do is go back into our player inventory. And then here, what we can do is actually, you know what, we need to go into back into our blend space. We'll move this down one notch to 225. All of those walk ones we just put in, move them down to where they're at the 225 mark. And then we'll go in here and we're going to go ahead and subtract 75. We'll see how that looks. Same thing up here. Oh, that might be a little too much. And also, if you notice, we don't have any footstep sounds. We can fix that too. Let's try 50 on the divider there. Or the minus, I mean. You can just play around that with these numbers until you find something that you really like. Yeah, that looks a lot better. All right, so now, like I said, so we got footsteps here, but no footsteps here. That's an easy fix. Since we migrated the animations from Lyra, they've already got all the notifications in here. We just need to switch them over. So we can just go to replace with and select BP footstep. And do that to all the ones that say A in foot plant. And these, you can just delete them. It doesn't really matter. I just like to delete them so it's not extra crap. And to be honest, I'm not really sure what the curve does, so we'll just leave it there. I'm sure it has something to do with the way that Lyra works with the more advanced animations with the start and stop and stuff like that. But we're not going to worry about it right now because we're just doing the basics of getting a walk system going here. And there you go. Now we have sounds when we walk. Well, hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. There's a couple things here I'm going to go ahead and add for in case you're interested here. So if you notice, when we're in crouch, we walk super slow. You may want that, you may not. But if you don't want it, what we're going to do is this. Go into your player inventory. In the update movement speed, update max movement speed, go ahead and take our click on here, hit Control D to copy it, drag out. We want to equals enum. And we're going to need 5 of these. And then go ahead and connect these up. And we'll just move them around a little bit here. All right, and then we're going to set this one to standard crouch. This one will be standard crouch walk. This one will be combat crouch walk, and finally aim crouch walk. And we want an or boolean. And we need 4 more pins on it, or 3 more. And we can add a branch here, hook that up there. And then now if we're in any of these crouch states here, we want to go ahead and use the standard speed from over here on the find. So hook that to true, that one to false. Then we want to do the same thing down here in this other part of the function. true goes to the standard speed, false goes to the modified speed. So now when we play in the editor, we go into crouch, we're not slowing down at all when we press the walk key. So one more thing we're going to do here is let's go ahead and make this into a toggle. So blueprints, characters, SGK master character. Oh, no, we don't want to go there. We want to go here into our player inventory with the server walk key function here. And what we're going to do is go ahead and add a branch here on the is down, because we only want this to fire when the key is pressed because we're making a toggle. So what we're going to do is that. We're going to add a flip-flop. Hook that to true, and hook is A to that guy. And then just connect both of these up like so. This is now a toggle button. Oh, there we go. And then one last thing, you can do the same thing in the Lyra starter game content. There is also walk animations for pistols and rifles. Just copy the 4 animations from each of those: the walk forward, the walk backwards, the walk left, and walk right. Go ahead and migrate those into your project just like we did with the unarmed animations. Assign them to the skeleton, and then set them up in your blend spaces for the rifle and pistol, and then set them up just like we did for the unarmed, and you'll have walk animations for rifle and pistol. Hope this video was helpful and you guys enjoy it. Have a good day.